What's good, y'all? What's going on? So, y'all, I asked y'all for y'all opinion, and I wanted to come and give y'all my voice on what was going on between Mace and Diddy. So can we talk about it? Let's talk about it. Reminds me of Carl Thomas, another one of Diddy's artists. And he did not do so good, you know what I'm saying? So it makes him better. He be telling a lot of truths. Y'all always want to know, like, why do I feel so, like, in tune with the music industry? No. I always have known a lot of stuff about the music industry. I've always seen through it. Like I said, like if you've been a fan of my channel, I told people from a long time ago, my mother, our parents, my cousins, they were fans of the music industry. They were fans of the blues. They knew Bobby Blue Bland. They knew B.B. King personally. They knew Johnny Taylor. They knew Bobby Rush. So we got all that like in our background. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell y'all. So in the 90s, the early 90s, I was a teenager, but the music scene, it was open, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was hip-hop. Hip-hop was hip-hop back then. It wasn't so much as what it is now today. So, like, washed over and prefabricated with so much other stuff on top of it, like agendas. It was just pure music, we thought. Because we wasn't really looking at, you know, what the record companies was doing and all that. We were just fans of the music. We were fans of the music who not only went to concerts, but we met the actual people. We talked to the people. Like when I tell you, I met Jodeci over one. I mean, I have repeatedly met Jodeci. I can't tell you how many times they came back to Detroit. We met them. It's like we were friends. You know what I'm saying? I met so many people in the music industry that it wasn't like I felt intimidated. They were just regular people. You know, I think that anybody that was in the music business or still in the music business, when you meet them, don't fan out. Always treat them like they're regular people. You know what I'm saying? They ain't no more than me or you. I'm not about to be screaming and hollering. So I did have a couple questions on some people. But most of the time, I knew to just treat them like regular people. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't like that. They don't like people that just scream and holler, know how to act. They want people that's going to treat them, you know, and talk to them like they're regular. So you can be on the same level because they're no different than me or you. They just do music. But I am so intrigued by this Puffy Mace situation because back in the 90s, we were there to witness the whole thing with Bad Boy. And I've always felt a certain way about Puffy. I have always thought he was shady. It wasn't because I was a Tupac fan. Let me stop lying. Yes, it was. If Tupac didn't fuck with you, I didn't fuck with your dumb ass either. But Puffy always seemed like a hoe to me. Something about Puffy was never right. And I mean, I say that with all the sincerity of beyond me being a Tupac fan. Something about Puffy was never right. He always seemed like he may have had the business aspect of it, but far as like him being an artist, I never thought he was an artist. Did I think that he made beats? I wasn't really sure about that. I was never really sure if he really was making those beats he claimed he made. I thought that Puffy was a real good businessman. He was a party promoter who got put in the right place with the right people. He did the right things. And that's basically, I think, what happened. I think Puffy's love for music and whatever he was doing to promote those parties back in the college days put him in the line of Andre Harrell, and it took off from there. Now, like I said, somebody groomed Puffy. Now remember, when I'm talking, it's all allegedly. The words that I'm saying is allegedly. So Andre Harrell, who taught Puffy did the same thing with his management as he was taught. It was always something different about him. Now, back in the 90s is a lot of stuff. See, I don't want to veer off too much to the left because Bad Boy had their things going on. Just this Death Row, but we didn't get that far. But something about Puffy just never sat right with me. So back to this 2022 and Mace coming out with this song, The Oracle 2, going against Puffy. Why at this time is Mace coming out speaking so confidently? And we've already heard rumblings before of Mace talking against Puffy. That's nothing new. But why now is he saying, I'm not going to stop talking? You can't make me stop talking. And I'm going to still talk even if you come against me. Why now? I'm asking myself, is it because of that Freddie P video that came out, the guy from Making the Band, and how he said Puffy has something to do with his life, and he was basically having a breakdown. Now, we can't blame another man on another man's demise, but I can say that different aspects can play into different stuff. Nobody would never know that Freddie P knew DJ Khaled. Nobody would have known that Freddie P is the one who introduced those people, DJ Khaled, when DJ Khaled was unknown, to Puffy. But because, and I think he said some other people, he mentioned Rick Ross. He's from Miami. Now, nobody would have known none of this kind of stuff. And he brought them to the forefront, and they were unknown, and he's making a band, and he's talking about listening to DJ Khaled, and now Puffy takes up with DJ Khaled, but Freddie P don't want to play the game that Puffy is laying down, and Puffy tells these people, you can't take up with this man, and this man is the one who opened the door for you. How do you think Freddie P feels? That's some crazy stuff. But that's the industry. That's the way that they work. Now, what was it that Puffy wanted Freddie P to do that he didn't agree with, but now you're going to blackball him, and these people that he introduced you to are multi-millionaires, and this man is still struggling? Oh, that's crazy. There has been rumors for years about Puffy, about the way he does business, about his extracurricular life, what he does behind closed doors. There's just been rumors for years about Puffy. Allegedly, I'm going to say this. And even though I may not have cared for Biggie, back then, in the 90s, 1994, however, whenever this stuff occurred, 96, I'm not sure. The dates are beyond me. After Tupac passed, now we all know it got blown up, but back then we didn't see the forest from the tree. But one thing I can say, me not being a Biggie fan, I would have never, as Biggie's manager, suggested that he went anywhere near the West Coast after Tupac passed. It was too much. It was too much strife, it was too much turmoil, it was too much stuff going on. There's no way me as being anybody that loved Big would have said, go anywhere near the West Coast. Podcast just died, that stuff that just happened in Vegas. Everybody knew they was beefing. Why would you even have your artists go anywhere near there? Me. Allegedly. This is my way of thinking back then. I think somebody threatened him and told him it's you or him. I think somebody threatened him and told him it's you or him. And that's how he probably, of course, without letting Biggie know, got Biggie go to the West Coast, but in your right mind, going back. I wouldn't go nowhere near fucking Cali. Are you fucking for real? Who would do that? But that's the industry. That's the games they played. And that's what I mean, like, it's not hard to believe Mace. Because when Biggie died, Bad Boy was in shambles. He got Shine. He thought Shine was going to re-burst him. And then all that stuff happened with that gun stuff in that club. That didn't happen. And then Mace came back and reinvigorated Bad Boy. But what I can't understand is why he never wanted to pay Mace. I can't understand that part. But Puppy ain't never been no good. I have never liked that man. I don't give a damn if he call himself P. Diddy, Daddy Love, ain't no bitch assness. I guess it might have started with Pac, but I've never liked Puppy. I've never rocked with Puppy. I always thought something was bad about Puppy. Let me tell you, all them groups back in the day, they start off fire. Faith, Jada kissing them, the Lots, all them groups, Black Rob, Craig Mack, they all start off fire. Then he don't put nothing behind them. It's like they start and then it's like nothing. Like they die down. I always said to myself, like, Puppy had his hand in so many fires. Is it that he just don't promote the people behind? I never got that part. Like, how do they start off so great but nothing ever happens after that? Of course, Faith has some albums. You know Mary J and Lil' Kim gonna do great. But what is the thing behind Puff that he just do not do right? I don't know. Is it who started him off in his business? Is it the way that he came about it? Because remember, he was a college student promoting parties. Got hooked up with some right people. And that's how Puff got on. I'm going to tell y'all the rest in a minute.